Let it go. If you want to be delivered, you've got to let it go. Look at somebody and say, let it go. Look at somebody and say, let it go. You've got to let it go. So now in this passage of scripture that we're studying for, there are three takeaways that I want to examine today. The first is this. Jesus did not even address in this passage of scripture why the person was in that condition. Do you realize he didn't tell us why? And the fact that he didn't tell us why means it was irrelevant why. Sometimes we want everybody to know, well, this is what happened to me. And the reason why I'm the way that I am is because of what I went through and how I came up and what they said to me and what they did to me. As though that is justification for my conduct. And we're supposed to excuse that ugly conduct because of what you went through. Jesus teaches us in this passage of scripture, doesn't matter what you went through. Doesn't matter what you went through. Because he's the deliverer. And your deliverance is not predicated upon what you went through. Let's look at what he says in verse 3. It says, in these lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time into the pool and stirred up the water. Then whoever stepped in first, after the stirring of the water, was made well of whatever disease he had. So the people were all over the place, waiting for an angel to come down. If you read from the King James Version, it says to trouble the water. Other translations tell us it's talking about to stir up the water. And the first person who got into the water was relieved or was healed. But Jesus was showing us in this passage of scripture that doesn't matter what you're there for, doesn't matter why you're there, doesn't matter what your affliction is, doesn't matter what your past is or what your problems are, doesn't matter what your physical situation is, doesn't matter what your environment was, doesn't even matter what church you went to. He says all you've got to do is depend upon him for your deliverance. He didn't address why.